Have you ever wondered what happens to old rockets and satellites? They don't just disappear. Instead, they become part of an ever-growing collection of space debris. That's right. There is a big pile of trash that orbits our planet. Some of the garbage has been orbiting for years or even decades. Imagine a huge junkyard floating in space. This isn't just a small pile of trash. It's a vast, sprawling mess. That's what space debris is, a big mess of junk circling Earth. It's like a cosmic landfill, but much more dangerous. This debris is made up of things we've sent into space over the years. Every mission, every satellite, every rocket leaves something behind. It can be big things like old satellites that are no longer working. These defunct satellites are just floating aimlessly, waiting to be decommissioned or to burn up in the atmosphere. It can also be smaller things, like bits of rockets that have broken apart. These fragments can range from tiny paint flecks to larger chunks of metal. This space junk travels super fast, thousands of miles per hour. At these speeds, even the smallest piece can be incredibly dangerous. That's much faster than a speeding bullet. Imagine the damage a tiny screw could do at such high velocities. And because it's moving so fast, even a tiny piece of debris can cause big problems. Collisions with space debris can damage or destroy satellites, endanger astronauts, and create even more debris, making the problem worse. Scientists and engineers are working on ways to clean up this cosmic junkyard, but it's a huge challenge. There's some crazy junk up there. Keep watching to the end of this video to find out what weird things are floating in space around our planet. As we continue to explore space, managing this debris will be crucial to ensure the safety of future missions and the sustainability of our activities in space. How did all this junk get up there in the first place? It's a result of our amazing adventures in space exploration. Every time we launch a rocket, it leaves behind parts. These parts become part of the space debris problem. Sometimes, satellites accidentally crash into each other. When this happens, they break into thousands of smaller pieces. It's like a chain reaction, creating more and more space junk. Even tiny paint flecks can become dangerous projectiles in space. They can chip away at working satellites, kind of like hitting something with sandpaper over and over again. Space debris is a big problem for a few reasons. First, it's a danger to other spacecraft, including the International Space Station. Imagine a small piece of debris hitting a satellite or even the space station. It could cause serious damage. Second, space debris makes it harder to launch new spacecraft. We need to be extra careful to avoid collisions with this junk. All this junk makes space exploration more expensive and difficult. Finally, if we don't clean up space debris, it could make it too dangerous to leave Earth at all. Imagine not being able to explore space because of all the junk. We really need to clean this junk up. The good news is that scientists are working hard to solve the space debris problem. This issue has been growing for decades, and it's high time we address it. They're developing all sorts of cool technologies to clean up our cosmic backyard. These innovations are not just futuristic concepts, but are being tested and refined as we speak. One idea is to use big nets to capture large pieces of debris. Imagine a giant fishing net, but instead of catching fish, it's catching old satellites and rocket parts. Another idea is to use powerful lasers. These aren't the destructive lasers you see in movies, but rather precise tools designed for a delicate task. These are not the same kind from science fiction movies. These lasers are real and are being developed to help us manage the trash problem. These lasers would gently nudge the junk, pushing it out of orbit and into the Earth's atmosphere. Once there, the space trash would burn up harmlessly. There's even an idea to use robots. These aren't your typical robots, but highly specialized machines designed for space. These robots would act like space garbage collectors, grabbing onto pieces of debris and moving them to a safe location. They could work autonomously or be controlled by operators on Earth, ensuring that our space environment remains clean and safe for future generations. According to Wired magazine, there are some surprising and even funny pieces of space junk orbiting our planet. For example, did you know that there is a random spatula floating around in space? In 2006, spacewalker Piers Sellers was using the spatula to spread goo to test materials for heat shield repair. He accidentally let go of the spatula and it floated out to space. That lonely spatula might still be out there, floating around the Earth. In 2008, another astronaut lost a whole tool bag. We know the tool bag is still out there because amateur astronomers back on Earth spotted the tool bag as they were watching the skies. Ever wonder what the first piece of space junk to get dropped by an astronaut was? In 1965, astronaut Ed White let go of his glove, and it floated in space for about a month before burning up in Earth's atmosphere. There was even a person's ashes up there. In 1992, a portion of Star Trek creator Gene Roddenberry's ashes were launched into space and orbited the Earth for a while before burning up. Pliers, a camera, even a tank of ammonia have all been space junk at one point or another. All this junk is cluttering up the Earth's orbit. But what can we do about it? Even just learning about this problem is a helpful step. The more people know about this problem and what it can mean for our future, the more likely we will be to find solutions. Even though you might not be a rocket scientist, you can still help. By learning more about the problem of space junk, you can help spread the word. The more you know, the more you can teach others. You can also support organizations that are working to clean up space. These organizations are developing new technologies and raising awareness about space junk. Every bit of support helps. Remember, space exploration is for everyone. By working together, we can ensure that future generations will have the opportunity to explore the cosmos. So, keep looking up. Space garbage is a serious problem, but it's not a hopeless one. By focusing on the problem and by working together, we can clean up our cosmic neighborhood. Remember to keep looking up at the stars and dreaming big dreams. Space exploration is one of humanity's greatest achievements. It's how we learn about our place in the universe and inspire future generations. Let's work together to keep space clean and safe for exploration for many years to come. Who knows what amazing discoveries await us in the vast expanse of space. The possibilities are endless, so keep exploring, keep learning, and keep imagining the possibilities. And as always, stay curious.